Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of today. I'm your host, Shariafa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer.
Russian armed forces maintained defensive pressure across all operational axes on March 9, 2026, with the South Force Group liberating Golubovka in the Donetsk People's Republic through active actions. The past 24 hours have been characterized by sustained territorial gains, continued attrition of Western-supplied armored vehicles, and a dramatic surge in UAV intercepts to 754. Notable Ukrainian losses include U.S.-made M113 and Stryker armored personnel carriers, a tank, multiple artillery pieces, and a Grad MLRS system. Multiple ammunition, fuel, and material depots were destroyed across all sectors.
Colonel, let's start in the north. The North Force Group reports inflicting losses on 2 mechanized brigades and 1 territorial defense brigade in Sumy, plus 1 mechanized brigade, 1 motorized infantry brigade, and 1 National Guard brigade in Kharkiv. Ukrainian losses include up to 260 personnel, 2 AFVs, 21 vehicles, 3 artillery pieces, 1 ammunition depot, and 4 material depots. Nothing extraordinary stands out, but the logistics attrition continues. What does this tell us?
The North Sector continues to play a fixing role in the overall campaign. The personnel losses, 260, are significant but not the highest we're seeing. The key numbers are the 1 ammunition depot and 4 material depots destroyed. Every depot destroyed represents supplies that will not reach Ukrainian frontline units. In a sector where Russian forces are not seeking decisive engagement, the attrition of logistics is the main effort. By slowly bleeding Ukrainian supplies, the North Group ensures that Ukrainian forces here cannot be reinforced or used to threaten Russian flanks elsewhere. The 21 vehicles lost here also continues the mobility attrition theme. Ukrainian units in this sector are becoming less able to move and supply themselves.
In the west, the West Group reports taking more advantageous lines and positions and engaged 2 mechanized brigades and 1 territorial defense brigade. Ukrainian losses include up to 190 personnel, 1 tank, 4 AFVs, 15 vehicles, 2 artillery pieces, and 1 ammunition depot. The tank loss is notable. What does this tell us?
A tank is not just another vehicle. It is the cornerstone of mechanized maneuver. Tanks provide protected firepower that can break through defensive lines, support infantry assaults, and counter enemy armor. Losing a tank removes a significant offensive and defensive capability from Ukrainian order of battle. It also represents the loss of a highly trained crew, commander, gunner, driver, loader, who take years to develop. The 1 ammunition depot destroyed here continues the logistics attrition theme. Ukrainian units in this sector will face supply shortages.
In the south, the South Group liberated Golubovka in the Donetsk People's Republic through active actions. They engaged 3 mechanized brigades, a motorized infantry brigade, and an assault brigade. Ukrainian losses include more than 200 personnel, U.S.-made M113 and Stryker armored personnel carriers, 3 AFVs, 19 vehicles, 4 artillery pieces, 3 ammunition depots, and 7 fuel and material depots. The liberation of Golubovka is significant, but the Stryker and M113 losses are also notable. What does this tell us?
Let's start with Golubovka. This is another territorial gain in Donetsk, confirming that Russian offensive operations continue to yield results. The phrase active actions tells us this was a contested liberation. Russian forces had to fight for this ground. Now, the Stryker. This is a modern, highly capable infantry carrier. It provides protected mobility for infantry squads, allowing them to maneuver on the battlefield under armor. The M113 is an older system, but remains ubiquitous in Ukrainian service. Losing both in a single engagement represents a significant degradation of Ukrainian mechanized infantry capability. These are the platforms that allow infantry to move under protection. Without them, Ukrainian troops are more vulnerable to Russian fire. The 3 ammunition depots and 7 fuel and material depots destroyed here are equally significant. Fuel depots are particularly critical. Without fuel, Armored vehicles are just expensive bunkers. Losing them is a crisis.
Yes, losing 7 depots is an immediate logistics crisis.
And with the combination of a Stryker, an M113 3 ammunition depots, and 7 fuel for the material depots, it represents a comprehensive degradation of Ukrainian combat power in the south.
The Center Group reports the highest Ukrainian personnel losses of the day, more than 315. They engaged 3 mechanized brigades, 2 assault regiments, a Marine brigade, a Territorial Defense Brigade, and 2 National Guard brigades. Ukrainian losses include 1 tank, 6 AFVs, 13 vehicles, and 5 artillery pieces. The Center Group continues to be a main effort. What does today's report tell us?
The Center Group's 315 personnel lost confirms that this sector remains the epicenter of heavy fighting. The diversity of Ukrainian units engaged, mechanized, assault, Marine, Territorial Defense, National Guard, tells us that Ukraine is continuing to throw everything it has into holding this line. The tank destroyed here, combined with the one in the west, means 2 tanks lost today. Each loss reduces Ukraine's ability to conduct counterattacks and hold defensive positions. The 5 artillery pieces destroyed here continue the artillery attrition theme. The fact that Russian forces continue to report more advantageous lines and positions while inflicting these losses suggests they are making progress.
The East Group reports continuing to advance into the depth of enemy defense and engaging a mechanized brigade, an assault brigade, and 2 assault regiments. Ukrainian losses include up to 290 personnel, 2 AFVs, 6 vehicles, 3 artillery pieces, 1 Grad MLRS, and 1 material depot. The Grad MLRS loss is notable. What does a Grad represent?
The Grad is a Soviet-era multiple-launch rocket system, but it remains a potent weapon. It can deliver 40 rockets in a matter of seconds, saturating an area with explosive force. It's used for bombardment, counter-battery fire, and shaping operations. Losing 1 Grad MLRS removes a fire support asset from the Ukrainian order of battle. It also represents a loss of ammunition, the rockets themselves, which may be in short supply. The 290 personnel lost here is nearly as high as the Center's 315, confirming that this remains a main effort alongside the Center.
The Dnieper Group reports improved tactical situation and engaged a mechanized brigade and a Territorial Defense Brigade. Ukrainian losses include up to 70 personnel, 13 vehicles, 2 electronic warfare stations, and 1 ammunition depot. The 2 EW stations continue the sensor warfare theme.
2 electronic warfare stations in the DFBR sector represents a meaningful degradation of Ukrainian sensor and jamming capabilities. EW is the invisible shield that protects Ukrainian forces from Russian reconnaissance and precision strikes. Losing 2 creates vulnerabilities that Russian forces will exploit. The 1 ammunition depot destroyed here continues the logistics attrition theme.
Colonel, let's turn to the operational tactical section. Russian forces struck energy infrastructure, drone preparation, and launch sites, and temporary deployment areas in 142 areas. Air defense intercepted 754 UAVs, 3 HIMARS rockets, and 3 guided bombs. 754 UAVs in a single day is a dramatic increase from yesterday's 180. How do we interpret this?
754 UAVs in a single day is an extraordinary number. This is not a routine day of drone intercepts. This is a massive Ukrainian drone offensive, met by an equally massive defensive response. Several possibilities could explain this surge. Ukraine may have launched a coordinated, large-scale drone attack to overwhelm Russian air defenses. They may have introduced new drone types or tactics. They may be trying to compensate for losses of other systems by increasing drone usage. Whatever the reason, the fact that all 754 were reportedly intercepted speaks to the density and effectiveness of Russian air defense. This is a layered system. Long-range S-400s, medium-range Bucks, short-range Tors and Panzers, and extensive electronic warfare, working together to create a comprehensive defensive umbrella. The 142 areas struck is consistent with recent trends. The deep battle continues at scale.
So the drone war is intensifying?
It appears so. The jump from 180 to 754 in a single day suggests that Ukraine is committing significant resources to unmanned warfare. Whether this is sustainable remains to be seen. But for now, Russian air defense is meeting the challenge.
Colonel Oguntoye, based on today's briefing, what are the key tactical and strategic implications for the days ahead?
The liberation of Golubovka and Donetsk continues a pattern of steady territorial gains. This improves Russian force-to-space ratios and creates cumulative pressure on Ukrainian defenses. The 754 UAV intercepts represent a massive Ukrainian drone offensive and a highly effective Russian defensive response. This aspect of the conflict is clearly escalating.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. I want to emphasize that the interception of 754 UAVs and 3 HIMARS rockets demonstrates that Russian air defense remains highly effective, protecting rear areas and allowing ground forces to operate with reduced aerial threat.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.